How's it going today, Brian?
So good. I got a bonus.
No way,
Yeah, 3 months on the job. I already got my first bonus.
dude. What are we putting that on sports betting?
Um, someone just proposed a trade to me.
No way. Are you gonna live accept the
Oh,
trade?
I don't think so because I don't want to get rid of Tyler Warren. Um, I'm pretty interested in Tyler Warren as a dog and a keeper slash juice. Yeah, so I
Okay,
don't
you
know
can't
if
have
I
him as
can.
a dog and a keeper.
I feel like I'm giving too much away in this one. Yeah, I'm doing good. Good week. I went 2-0. Obviously, the Brother Bowl was inevitable. I literally was never worried. Even when I was projected to lose by 20 points, I just knew Big Brothers always win. But I did wonder if I was going to make median. And my patron saint of QJ saved my life. Where is this? There we go. Cool.
I can't believe I got median. That was actually
Yeah,
kind of hilarious. But when I
that
was
was funny.
looking
That
at that
I
situation, I was like, is Mac going to get an additional 25 points or Brian get 0 points? And I actually thought that would be more likely with QJ.
QJ was negative zero point 0.2 points at one point. uh, It's funny because I set Max line at 100, and he was more than 5 points offended, and he ended at 105. Which kind of leads me to something I wanted to say as I review. I do feel this would be a good segue into a conversation around draft dollars. I do feel that if you sold last year to potentially win, it's showing right now, generally speaking. And if you uh, prepared last year, like got acquired draft dollars and keepers, it's already starting to show. I'm trying to think if there's any exceptions to that, but pretty interesting.
I would actually say it seems kind of the opposite to me. Bo and
Oh,
I are in the top four, and we both sold.
okay.
Mac had a lot of money. Nate had a lot of money, and they are not. They have not won anything yet.
Wow,
And
that's a
Gliscran
great
is 1 and
counter.
3.
So there's really just one person complaining a ton. Um, gotcha.
You and Luke are kind of where we would expect you to be, and Steven as well.
Steven, what have we done, guys?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I blame all of you. Well, okay, so reviewing last week, I would say Brother Bull, another year, another brother. I
Has he ever
destroyed
beat you
Nate.
before in his
Uh,
life?
I don't. I don't recall.
I
I
think he
think he
did beat
actually.
you in the playoffs 1 year, and that was his shining moment in our league.
It's possible, but I will. I think he made like a funny video about it or something.
Yes, that was one of the best videos we've ever had. Shout out Nate.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had to make that specific video. Um, so I mean, this is with yeah. So then the other thing was the Josh stat correction. What a killer!
That was insane. I was just
That
like
was a
looking at the
full point,
matchups,
right?
and yeah, because Alex's
Um,
defense lost a point, and that was the difference in the matchup.
yeah, I mean, it's always like the most recent thing that you blame. It's just crazy when you think about that. It's like one catch for 5 yards. I will say, Alex, absolute gentleman, was just like, "Yep, I lost."
Yeah,
Like he wasn't like this was bullshit. Like I think a lot of people would have complained, and he owned it. He just said, "I lost that one, so great. Let's move on. Win next week."
win next week. That's the right mentality.
And now Josh has a win somehow. Um, let's see what else happened last week. There was a big trade that
Yes,
you were
yeah,
curious
we can
about.
shout out that a little bit.
Are you gonna? Yeah,
I personally didn't love the trade, but I think it wasn't egregious, and I think that time always seems to create a different narrative than you expect in trades. So
yeah. Well, I mean, Justin Fields already is dead,
yeah,
but I mean, I think even without Justin, I don't know. I think that's fine. But Luke knows what he's doing, and of course, it started this bigger question around draft dollars. I'm just to be clear, in my stance, I want to be able to use my draft dollars because I'm in a window. I would absolutely be down to be able to spend my future to shore up my positioning. But I also think it's just a good example of if we agree and vote on something, be engaged then, and not um, once you decide later that it affects you. But what I don't know. Let's no shade on Luke.
Yeah. No, I did want to touch on this during our episode. I think Luke's the point that yes, I 100% agree with you is that if you want to have an opinion at the beginning of something. But Luke's point that we probably need to have this season be the remaining $25 each side, just because that does affect people who made that decision last year. I think that
Yeah,
checks out, and I think that's fair. Um, but I would still like us to evaluate what we would want to have for the future. At least
yeah,
one more week, and at most till the end of the month, and just we can figure out how we want to adjust that for future seasons. But
yeah.
yeah,
I'm excited to chat about it. I have some feelings about because what I want to avoid is I want to avoid a league where you have six relevant people and six
right,
irrelevant people, and it's like so it's half the league is just league is just waiting for next year, half the league is playing for this year. I want everyone. To me, it's important that everybody goes into the year thinking truly this could be the year for me. That's why
right,
I've been like, whatever. The other thing is the argument of people are adults, let them do what they want. Let's let draft dollars happen. I think is a kind of a terrible logical premise because well, at what point do you regulate adulthood? So you're saying like, is it $25? Should there be no limit? Like it, like saying like people are adults, give them freedom, but then still having something in place. It's like you have to pick one or the other. You can't kind of use that argument, but we'll see how that goes. I think we should have that. We should have the vote,
yeah,
which seems like we're going to allow draft dollars back, as I assume, but at least we thought about it. And then we're going to be aware that next year it could change, and we'll have to do that as well.
yeah. I think where I'm aligned is that I do think if you know we some of us have started playing in Dynasty, and it's wonderful and I love it, but this league is not a Dynasty league. And to your point, while it's okay and it's been really fun to have years connect in terms of value, we don't. I agree. I don't want everyone like I don't want people to be disengaged because there's no way they can win on a given year. Which we've seen
Right.
this year is not even the case if you lose all your money, but it definitely is like increasing the chances that you are not going to be competitive if you can't put up money in the initial draft. So
Yeah. And the last thing I will say on all this is, guys, it's not an accident that we're in a league that's this many years deep with this much involvement. We have a podcast, we have multiple videos, we meet up. It's because we think really carefully and we think bigger than the individual. We think like what's good for the league. We have
exactly,
to,
yeah,
and it takes tough calls, but like if that's not the kind of league you want to be in, that's okay. But that's what we're doing. It's still competitive, but we make decisions for the group, not for um, whatever. So, all that being said, should we? What else do you want to go? Anything before we go into next week?
We talked about the trade. Is there anything relevant? I mean, waivers were kind of a dud this week, but we could at least take a look at them quickly.
I mean, I guess I ate. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So I think it's interesting. I
Waivers
really
are
felt like there was
boring this
a lot of
year.
them. Wow, Wandell's a good pickup. Good job, Taylor. Troy Franklin could be something, but I don't think so. Zach Ertz. I was surprised no one else wanted Ollie Gordon, one running back away from being the only running back on the roster.
Yeah,
An injured guy, bad team though. Russell Wilson. I mean, Luther Burden, this is like, I don't know, seems right. I thought this was interesting. 4 bids for one defense.
yeah, they're playing the Panthers this week. That's why.
Yeah, I love to see it.
Yeah, I want to shout out. If anyone wants to drop players, maybe just offer me them for one fab. I will often accept that. So never drop players. Always give them to me. I don't have anything else to say about waivers. Oh, I want to shout out Steven. We definitely need to trade for Brian Robinson. He said that he's going to be really good. So
yeah. Unfortunately. Okay. Also, Okay, cool. So let's look at next week then.
Wait, let's. I have a couple quick things before we go to next week. I want to shout out Hot Tub Hot Takes returning. Thank you for all of us who made it happen. And as punishment czar, I have a couple questions for you.
Yes.
Steven has expressed frustration that some people will not be named in this pod had committed to Hot Tub Hot Takes and then ghosted Steven, which is not in line with the spirit of our league.
Name and shame. Just name and shame them.
I don't remember who they were, but as punishments are, what is their punishment if people do that in the future?
Well, I think what's really interesting here is you have a record of who liked that message. Steven said, if I get 7 likes, I'll do it. Every single person who liked that message better be willing to do it.
Good.
Otherwise, don't vote for it. As 2 people in this league who understand what it's like to create content and the amount of begging you have to do from some various, you know what I mean? Like, but it's just fun. We want to see what people think, and there's nothing other than.
It'll also take you like 5 minutes. Like, come on.
You could literally Google it. You could say, "What's a hot take this week?" and like just read that off. But I will say like something that Steven probably knows. But if you just say, "Hey, if you want to send me one, let me know," an open invite is no invite at all. I think you have to part of this the art of what that is like, making sure you say like, hey, you said you would do this, do it. And then if they don't, Steven, you let me know and we'll name and shame them.
Good.
And then until they do it, we'll just start dropping people from their bench.
Love it. All right, and then one more punishment czar question. I want to address the epidemic of early concessions in this league.
I can see right now.
I believe one person has started this, and now it is what everyone is doing. However, it seems to be a reverse jinx, and I think there should be a penalty if people early concede and then win.
Okay, so like, are you suggesting that you can use the jinx, you can use the voodoo, but maybe that person, if you want to do it, you have to send a concession video. So it's actually not as easy as saying like I concede.
I think the opposite. I think if you say I can, well, whatever, but if you are admitting concession in any way and then your team disobeys you and wins, you have to repay that to the person you're playing in some way, shape, or form.
I think. Well, I'm like the main conceder. This is my whole. I think that's stupid. I think let's let the market handle itself.
All right, I will be rogue enforcing this. Let's move to next week. Let's take a look at our matchups.
All right. Well, just a quick review. Last week I got 5 right. You got 3 right. So I'm actually ahead 8-7.
You're ahead by 1, right?
Yeah, 8-7. All right, let's get into it.
Wait, which ones did we differ on, and which ones did we get right? Let's do that really quick.
So last week we were both correct that I would beat Nate, and we were both correct that Alex would.
We were both wrong about that.
We were both wrong.
Yeah,
I didn't update that, so it's actually 7-6. You're both wrong that Josh would. Interesting. Okay, cool. And then let's see. I was right that Steven would beat Mac, that Bled would beat you, and that Bo would beat Luke. And you were right that Taylor would beat Blitzcrank.
Great.
Okay. Good job, everybody. This week's way more difficult. Yeah. Starting at the top, we have Mr. Trader himself, Booth, Out of Feelings. Taking this one on the road. I reviewed this, and it is so hard to review your own matchup because I always undershoot myself and overshoot the other person. That being said, what did you think about this matchup?
This matchup helped me realize that I pretty frequently am just kind of biased towards picking the underdog just for fun. Honestly, I think both of you guys are going to have a little bit of a tougher week, but I gotta go you. You both have tough matchups, but I mean, Alex is starting Russ, and I don't think it's happened in 2 weeks in a row.
Okay, you picked me. Amazing.
It does depend. Tonight, like, I think the Bills score 30-plus points tonight. It just depends on where those touchdowns go, but I can't see at least 2 going. Like, there's going to be at least 2 going to Joshy.
Yeah. Josh. Who?
Allen.
His first name's Josh.
Josh,
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I went back and forth. I am going to pick myself at the end. But if you look at this, it's pretty interesting. Josh Allen scored 11 points last week, and they had a commanding victory. They don't need to play him. McCaffrey is missing their main quarterback, and you just never know how that's going to go. Chase Brown missing his main quarterback, and you just never know how that's going to go. Amon-Ra against an incredible defense. Tyler Warren injured. Like, I went through here and I realized I just have so many question marks on who I should start. I think it's going to be way closer than I want it to be. I hope we both get median. Giving it to me.
I'm going to guess you both don't, but that's not a part of our record. So.
You're probably right, to be honest. Okay, so we both picked me. Nate versus Josh. A very interesting one because we have the unluckiest player versus Josh. I went through here, and I'll go first this time. I think that, man, this triple eagle stack, it is. He picked the route. He might have picked the Super Bowl winners, and he might lose the league. But I am going to give this one to Nate overall. It came down to the flex plays. But what did you think?
Good. I'm glad we're different. I was struggling with this one as well. I'm going to take Josh. I think this is another low-scoring affair. I really like Caleb Williams against Dallas this week. I think that's a nice spot. Don't really love any of the other matchups on either side. I think Drake London is going to get his for like 1 or 2 drives before that game's over. Packers against Cleveland's nice. But on Nate's side, it's like, I think the Eagles are going to get it back, but they're playing the Rams, which is actually a good defense. Josh Jacobs is playing a good run defense. Mike Evans has Sauce Gardner. It's like, I feel bad. I'm going to apologize. Nate, I feel like I jinxed you, and I put you at number 2 in the power rankings, and I picked against you every week. So I hope I'm wrong, but I'm taking Josh.
You've been right every week. So, yeah, I'm gonna stick with Nate on this one. I think Mike Evans is going to pop off. I think Jordan Mason is going. I don't know. We'll see actually how that goes, but I bet he does really well.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's either like it's always going to be either AJ Brown because they're behind or Barkley because they're ahead. I like this. I think maybe if there's a world where like the media can influence a team, look for the Eagles to want to hang 40 on their heads. Like, I don't think they want to, but Josh is questionable.
Yeah, I think he's going to be okay, but I mean, obviously it's not great. And
Tucker Kraft died?
Yeah, he got hurt. I didn't see how he got hurt.
At practice, dang. R.I.P. All right, so I went with Nate. You went with Josh. Looking at the next matchup, we got the reigning champ versus Blood of Diarrhea. And you get to go first this time.
Another situation where I really like to go for the underdog, but I got Blood here. Their team, I think their team is going to be, I still stand by, like, it's going to be frustrating week to week because they have a lot of, like, good, not great players. They haven't figured out their 2-for-1 that they were trying to make work yet, but I think, the Lions are going to be scoring in this matchup. Yeah, I think everyone on their team is going to be. Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing on my phone. Yeah, I think it's a little bit more for me about Mac's matchup. He's got his Chargers against Denver. That's a tough matchup. Does he have another running back to play this week? We'll see. And then this is kind of the nightmare situation for his 2 receivers. Now he has no Burrow, and it's like he can't get points from both of them, or you can't. They work against each other, and there's going to be less points available. I do like Nico against Jacksonville, but I also think Tet. I can't remember. I think that their best corner might be out, but the Falcons' best corner might be out. But I just think that I think Tet's good. That's just going to be a tough matchup. So I got Blood.
Yeah. They threw 55 times or something last week. I don't think they do that again. I'm going to go ahead and say that I have Blood as well. It's nothing against Mac, but to be honest, it feels like a true split. on the Chargers, and it's a team that's gonna win by controlling the clock. The Charbonnet, it's like going up and down, but it's hard to tell which way we're really going. Although if there's a week for him to hang some points, this could be it against New Orleans. And then the Chase Higgins stack, like the worst possible things have happened, right? Yeah. Like COVID, we're done. He seems to have missed on Loveland.
I'm curious how long it sticks there, because I get that he's trying to keep value on his bench, but Loveland has one catch in 2 games.
I mean, I reached out for some trades. I do like to see this. So sitting Daniel Jones with Justin on top, that's a choice. You know what I mean? Got DJ at Tennessee versus I think I have this room. Anyway, so I'm going to go with Blooded Diarrhea here. I like their team. I think both of these teams are one trade away from taking things to the next level. But in my experience so far, both are stubborn.
Yep. All right, we got 2 more, I think. 3 more.
Okay. Oops. Wait, you had... Sorry, against Josh versus Nate, you had Josh, right?
I had Josh, yes. I think that's the only one we differed on so far.
I'm trying to do this on my phone. It's so small. Okay, the next one is Austin versus Steven. Go ahead and break that matchup down.
I'm mad. So, I mean, for those of you who haven't paid close attention to me and Steven's matchups over the years, I think I've beaten Steven. I think I got a better way to put it. Steven's beat me, I think, twice in the past 5 years in this league. And somehow, I think Sleeper knows something that we don't, because every year I play Steven week 3. In our Dynasty League right now, our other Poopy Pants, I am also playing Steven week 3. I don't know why it does this. Somehow it knows that we are rivals and we have to be matched up against each other. Steven already conceded, which means he's going to win. But either way, I'm taking his team, unfortunately. I like my team. I think my team's going to perform well this week. But, I mean, what do you do? Like, I think my only hope is that his Dolphins don't do much tonight, but they're in a negative game script and there's so much opportunity for garbage time that, like, I can't. I don't see I see a way that I actually think we both might get median, but it's hard to not take Steven here.
Yeah.
Which is really painful for me to say, because I'd love to have the confidence to take down this guy, but his team's really good.
Dude, I wish I knew if Ibuka was playing.
He's playing. He's good.
Interesting to get Marvin on the bench, and you're going through some rough times. I am so close to taking him. And I have Steven lifted. But the thing I'm just thinking about is, like, Steven's plays, it's so smart. This like RB push. He hasn't actually had a floor week yet. He's had ceiling weeks, right? Like, he's had really high ceiling weeks with his running back core. If there's a week for him to get a floor week, I think this is it. His receivers are Garbaggio and won't win him anything. Tucker Kraft is actually dead. Let's see. He has suffered a death at practice. While he's set for further evaluation, he isn't expected to be long-term concern.
He's not going to play this week, most likely.
Let's see. I'm going to do you the favor of picking Steven, because I said I already committed to, and I don't want to, like...
No, take me. Let's be different here.
Well...
I'm allowing you to change your pick, because I want to make a comeback, and I'll be happy either way.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, the thing is, like, he has such a dominant team that even his floor is better than your team. I'm just stick with Steven. Sorry.
Right. We got 2 Stevens there.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh my God. Hey. Steven.
All right. Next up, who's our next boy?
Taylor versus Bo. Let's see what we got. I'll lead this one, Bo. All right. So I have Bo. Let's just say it. I think that's. I think Taylor has really good name game. I think he brings it in this category. And last week his team went off. I hope that's the trend. I hope we got some Taylor on top. Bo seems to be that guy who just kind of he seems inevitable. I mean, Javonte is a league winner. I think across any league you're in, if you have Javonte in the final rounds, he really is good. He also believes in ETN. I feel like he just didn't read any of the same newspapers as me. So, but what do I know? Yeah, so I'm going to take Bo here. I think, I gotta go with Bo here.
Yeah, I really wanted to go Taylor, but I had Bo as well. I think Taylor does have good matchups, and I could see them both getting median. I think Taylor's going to be close, but it's looking like I was wrong about Bo's team. I had him almost last in our power rankings, and his team has an age fragility, but he might be 6-0 after this week, and seems looking strong. I think good matchups. Javonte, like you said, is a big winner. If Chubb can be serviceable, that's a huge get. And yeah, I got Bo. Not a lot to say there. Sorry, Bo, for doubting you ever. Your penis is huge.
All right, let's get into this. Also, great acceptance speech. I just want to say, Approachments are very thankful to both Bo and Luke for being on time without reminders. All right, so we have the questionables versus Gliscren.
You say the questionables? Yeah, let's just get this over. I'm taking Gliscren. I wanted to be different, but Luke, I don't think Luke is sunk for the season, but I think he has clearly made some choices that he's going to try to scrape his way to a few wins and get into a back end playoff spot at the end of the year. But I mean, he barely has any. If his running backs break double digits combined, that's great for him. Travis Hunter looks bad for fantasy. Hawkinson, all of his tight ends can't save him. Got really unlucky with the Burrow injury, and then he has 3 players who are suspended or hurt on his bench this week. So it's I think better days are ahead, but not today.
Oh, definitely. I mean, once Rice, Godwin, and Addison get going, he needs to replace. He just really needs a better running back, but we all do. So I'm taking Gliscren as well, which puts us at really one matchup that can help you get back, and that's Josh versus Nate. You're rooting for Josh.
Josh, I need this.
For Nate. Nate, I believe in you.
Yep. This will be, if they win, this will be Gliscren's first win in 3 weeks after hearing a lot of shit about how great their team was. So, a lot of pressure on you guys.
I'm going to say it. If we have... Do we have any 4-0s or 4-0s?
There's 3 4-0s. Oh, 4-0 matchups.
Okay, so all the 4-0s can stay 4-0. And the O's... Okay, so this is a big one. We have an 0-4 versus a 1-3. That's correct. 0-4 versus 1-3. I'm going to go and say it. Depending how this week goes, we might have a middle of the pack next week.
Let's go.
I'm just saying might. I don't know.
So we have 3 winless teams and 3 undefeated teams. Yeah, I think this is a clarifying week. But I think something to remember, too, is Luke has the last place team 2 weeks in a row. Maybe he goes 0-6 this week. Even if he goes 0-6, his worst case scenario is that he's back 4 wins of 7th place, which is very doable in the next 13 or 12 weeks or whatever. So
he just got to make sure he wins his trades and he is back on top. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. This is big. Now, did you want to highlight the terms of your bet with Steven?
Well, I will say it's a victory for the people that I didn't have to bet for Hot Tub Hot Takes. I was nervous about that because I didn't think I was going to win, and I was hoping that it would come back. So I'm glad that Steven let democracy decide instead of him bullying me. The clarification of the terms is I'm going to do a shotgun if I lose. Same for Steven. But I also would say spice it up. You got any embarrassing pictures, Steven, of me? Because I sure got some of you that would love to see our group text.
I don't think he knows. My man knows embarrassment. Oh man, should I do it? Should I just switch? I think
you got to do it. But
all right, I'm
I
gonna
will
call
lose.
Austin. I'm gonna give Austin the dub here.
Thanks for that's going to help me catch up. Thank you.
Just to keep things close, no offense, but also a little bit extra spice. Something I've been playing with the idea of is I've thought about putting out a.
You're thinking about putting out?
I've been thinking about putting out, but I'm scared. I'm thinking about putting out a like a Vegas style odds where I pick you pick the winner, but you put a point like you could bet on your your team, but covering the spread or whatever with a really small.
I will definitely be taking advantage of that service if you start it up.
I think it'd be kind of fun. I don't know how to do it, but I think it'd be another way to like get some engagement. I know Glenn is a degenerate, so that'll be
Put yourself in a position where you can't lose too much money.
I mean, I would cap it or something like that. It's not to make money or not, but it would have to have money on the line. Yeah. Very cool. So I'm gonna work on that. That could be fun. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT how to do that kind of thing.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that's all we got this week. Any closing words for our boys?
Let's go Bills.
Let's go football. See some of you guys soon. Love you all. Goodbye. Goodbye soon. Goodbye.
Are you recording?
Goodbye.